All right, we're just out here in the social yard. We've got the whole crew out here today, and it's actually Charlie's first day with his muzzle off in the social yard too. He's been doing really well in the yard. Needs some attitude checks here and there, that's for sure. So we're just keeping an eye on that. Watching those moments where he maybe gets into those interactions with dogs where he doesn't quite know how to react just yet. That's where we see some of those overreactions happen. He'll come into their space, he'll posture up, and we need to be able to separate that, right? We need to be able to stop that. We need to be able to influence these dogs in a way that allows them to settle down, to disengage. We need to be able to tell them, hey, that's not for you right now, or that's not what we're doing right now. And we want to be able to do that with just a sound, just a word, a sound, the movement of our body, our energy. We need to be able to change the way the dogs feel in any given moment with a sound, with a command. Once we have that control, then we can safely socialize really any dog, right? Once we have that ability, but the dogs need to understand that certain things will and will not be allowed. And as you can see, Charlie is very interested in Hugo. Hugo can get pretty tired of that in-your-face kind of attitude, so we're going to make sure that there's no issues there. We're going to remove any conflict, and we're going to settle that ourselves. Being on top of these potential conflicts, being on top of all of these moments in the social yard is very important when you're working with dogs with a history of behavior issues, especially, regardless. Because if you don't have that control and you're socializing dogs, you will have behavior issues if you don't already. So again, making sure that we have control of all of the dogs that we're socializing, individual control of each and every one of these dogs first and foremost. And then from there, we can work at socializing them. Otis, did you sneak over there? Oh my goodness. Oh well, let him do his thing. He's gonna close this gate though. You can see he's very interested in that. Hey, come on. Otis, come. Otis, come. Nope. Good. You see him get a little melty there, and that's honestly, I think it's just kind of part of the way that Charlie likes to play. He does some of that herding. Shh. Let's go. Finnegan, come. Finnegan, come. Good. Hey, stay down here. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. And that's Charlie. Charlie has quite a high prey drive. He is quickly switched into that prey drive by quick movements and stuff. And so we've been really working hard to inhibit that. And it's going well, but you know, when he gets into those chases and stuff, right, that's the game that Charlie likes to play. He likes to play those kinds of chasing games, and it's a good way for him to establish, again, that hierarchy, right? It's like if he can get these dogs to basically run away with them, if he can initiate that chase, that is showing them that they are the less dominant dog, that he is more dominant, and that running away is the more submissive act, right? And so he enjoys trying to instigate those chase games and being a part of them. So right here you can see some stiffening up, some posturing up. Good, he disengaged, so that's okay. So again, we have to be able to watch that, right? To be able to know when they're on that edge, when they're on that potential edge, so we can move them away from that edge, right? So we can move them away from that. Hey, leave Hugo alone. He's laying down. So we can move them away from that. That's good. That's good. It's nice to be able to see Hugo give a good correction, a fair correction for a dog that's trying to be dominant. That's not more dominant than him. It's that simple. And so we do have to keep an eye on him as well, on Otis. Otis can be a little bit of a rude guy like that. He tries to get in there and get his moments in when he can. Hey, Charlie, come. Shh, Finnegan, no. Come. Good. Shh, break. Shh. Again, that's just Hugo's way of saying, hey, leave me alone. Good boy, Hugo. Good. Finnegan, no. Otis was trying to mount Hugo, so Hugo gave him a perfectly fair correction. And I stepped in and just de-escalated the situation before it went any farther. But it's a perfectly fair correction. And that's the thing, you don't necessarily want to interrupt those moments too quickly, right? And even there, right, that might have been too quick of an interruption because Hugo was clearly able to handle himself and handle that situation. And if we don't let them handle that situation, if I just go in and interrupt the moment I see that Otis is causing issues with Hugo, well, they're not going to have that conversation. They're not going to figure those things out. They're not going to figure those things out. And we need them to figure those things out. We need them to be able to have those conversations with each other. It's really important. See the chase be initiated? We're going to keep Charlie and Otis from chasing each other, that's for sure. And just knowing the dogs in the social yard, knowing their individual behaviors and stuff. You know, Hugo, you can move. You can get out of the way. You don't gotta lay there.